Let's get more now on the mid-year budget update. Joining me is Andrew McKellar. He's Chief Executive of the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. What's your assessment of the mid-year budget update? What's your report card on it?
Look, I think it's a credible report card. What it shows is that the budget position has certainly improved since May when they launched the initial budget. That has been largely underwritten by stronger company tax receipts. So business, I think, is certainly paying its part in that process. The real challenge, I think, is that over the next 2 or 3 years and beyond, as we see that the budget going further back into deficit, back to $35, $36 billion a year. And beyond that, the real challenge is how do we keep spending under control at realistic levels so that it's not rising strongly as a percentage of GDP.
Do you give the government credit for what the Treasurer says is banking more than 90% of the upgrade, the revised revenue?
Well, look, there's no doubt the government has been very fortunate. So a lot of this change is down to what we call parameter variations. So it is stronger tax receipts in the main. And that's because we've had a strong economy, we've had business paying more tax, and they are largely banking that. So what I think he says there is broadly correct. I don't think we disagree with that.
And do they get credit for that as economic managers? They look like they will be delivering a second surplus, and after many years of deficits.
Well, I think that they're in a strong budget position at this point in time. A lot of that has obviously come through fortuitous circumstances. They're getting a windfall, but they're not squandering the windfall. So the real challenge will be what happens in the budget process in the early part of next year as they come into the budget next May. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of competing demands there, and they really will have to be very disciplined in what they do on government spending.
On government spending, as they have been at the moment in terms of cost of living relief because of the potential inflationary impact of any such spending. What do you want to see from the government heading into the next budget with this MyEFO as the context for your members, for the business community?
Well, I think the biggest issue here is what's going to drive growth, what's going to keep the economy strong in the future. So look, if you look at the government's narrative and what they've got there in terms of the things that they're doing on housing supply, okay, tick, that's pretty good. Talking about the energy transition, not bad. Skills, that's also very important. Migration, competition, those are all good things. The one missing word here is productivity. And our concern is what the government is doing in areas like labour reform, their industrial relations policy. In fact, they are attacking big business, mining and resources with things like labour hire changes, and they're attacking small business with things like casual employment changes. Now, that is the engine room of the economy.
The Hotels Association is quite relaxed with those changes.
Well, we're not. I mean, the Hotels Association, I think they've expressed their view, but that's one association. If you look at a broader sweep across small business, there's real concerns about the impacts on decisions to employ people in the future and on the complexity, the red tape burden that small businesses are facing. Now, the government has to address that. At the moment, business is underwriting the strengthening in the budget position. If that's going to continue in the future, then they need business to be able to really drive productivity and keep flexibility going.
Andrew McKellar from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, appreciate it.